Direct and indirect object. In an English sentence, the subject and verb usually come before the direct and indirect objects. So if you know how to identify what the subjects and verbs are, then finding the direct and indirect objects will not be that hard. Let's start with direct objects. A direct object is a noun or a pronoun that receives the action of the verb in the sentence. It answers the questions whom or what. Examples: Jimmy likes dogs. So the first thing that we need to do is to identify the subject and verb in the sentence. So our subject here is Jimmy. It is the doer of the action. And our verb is likes. The second one, try to make a question using what or whom about the verb likes. Example: Jimmy likes what? Or what does Jimmy like? Answer: dogs. Therefore, dogs is a direct object. It receives the action likes. Another one, Sarah hates her classmates. First, identify the subject and verb. Our subject here is Sarah. Our verb is hates. Next, ask what or whom questions. So, whom does Sarah hate? Answer: her classmates. Therefore, classmates is the object. Another example, Mom gave me a present. Our subject here is Mom. Our verb is gave. What did Mom give? Answer: a present. Therefore, present is our object. Next are the indirect objects. For a sentence to have an indirect object, there should always be a direct object. An indirect object usually comes before the direct object. It answers the questions to whom or for whom the action of the verb is performed. It is also the one receiving the direct object. Like what we did with direct objects, we also need to identify first the subject and the verb in the sentence. Next, we need to identify the direct object. And the last one, ask the questions for whom or to whom is the action of the verb performed. Example: my friend gave his girlfriend a diamond ring. So first, identify the subject and the verb in the sentence. Our subject here is my friend. It is the doer of the action. Our verb is gave. The next one, identify the direct object. But the problem is, there are two objects here, his girlfriend and the diamond ring. So what could be the direct object? Well, if you can still remember, with direct objects we can ask questions like what or whom. So, what did my friend give? Answer: the diamond ring. Therefore, it is the direct object. The last one, ask the questions for whom or to whom is the action of the verb performed. Well, to whom did my friend give the ring? Answer: of course, his girlfriend. Therefore, it is our indirect object. It is also the one receiving the indirect object, diamond ring. Next example, the teacher gives her students a lot of homework. What is the subject in this sentence? The teacher. And the verb? Gives. How about the indirect object? To whom does the teacher give the homework? Answer? The students. Therefore, it is the indirect object. The last example. Tim gave the homeless man some money. Our subject here is Tim. Our verb is gave. The direct object is money. And the indirect object is, of course, the homeless man. He is the receiver of the direct object, money. For our exercise, identify the direct and indirect objects in the following sentences. The first one, he offered her some coffee. What is the direct object in this sentence? The answer is coffee. How about the indirect object? The pronoun her. Second one, Betty drives an old car. What is the direct object here? The answer is the car. How about the indirect object? Well, we have none. We only have a direct object, which is the car. The third one, Granny bakes us cookies every weekend. Our direct object here is the cookies. How about the indirect object? The pronoun us. The fourth one, she gave her mom a kiss on the cheek. The direct object in this sentence is kiss. And the indirect object is, of course, her mom. The last one, I wrote my best friend a letter. What is the direct object here? The answer is the letter. And the indirect object is my best friend. Did you get them right?